Welcome back to Red Hawk Media. Today we're taking a look at GarageBand and how to move a movie track in there and redo the soundtrack. So to begin, we're on YouTube here, and I'm looking at the Fallout 4 teaser trailer. And I want to get a hold of this video just for our educational purposes. And I'm going to go ahead and copy the URL. So I'm going to Command-C that, and then I'm going to move over to a program that I like to use, but there's many others that are available. It's called iSkysoft Free Downloader. And I'm going to paste that URL in here. Now, I've already done that part, and I've already downloaded this. And one of the things I can say about iSkysoft is initially it is set up for 480p for the default. So if you want a high-quality video, you have to go up to the preferences, and you have to change them to whatever you're looking for video quality. And then whatever the max video quality is for the trailer, that will then download. Okay, so now this is downloaded. It's already showing up in my downloaded bin here. And I want to get to the actual file. Now, I'm not converting the file. I just want to get to the file I downloaded. So I'm going to right-click anywhere in the space here, and I'm going to say Show Downloaded File. Now, it's giving me this error message because I already moved it out of the folder that originally was in and put it onto my desktop. So let's go ahead and look there. I'm going to go ahead and close this and just move this over. And here's our MP4 of the movie trailer. Now, we're going to put that to use in GarageBand. So I move over to GarageBand. And they used to, at one point on GarageBand, have a movie option on here, so you could create a soundtrack. That's not included anymore. A lot of people think that it's a gone option, that it's been removed, and that. But we can just use Empty Project and go choose. All right. Well, we have to add in one track here, so we'll just add in a microphone for now. Create. And here we are. I'm going to take off the 4 count. And now I do not see any movie track whatsoever, so I'm going to go up to Track, and I'm going to say Show Movie Track. Now, we've got this top track that has been created specifically for a movie. All we're going to do is take the movie that we downloaded and drag it in there. And all kinds of stuff is going to happen. Now, we've got this preview of the movie itself. And we can shrink this down because right now it's pretty difficult to work with. If you have 2 screens, great time to move it over to another screen so you can see what's going on. But we've got this preview, and if I move the playhead through, let's grab the playhead, we can actually see what's going on in the movie. Okay, so this is going to allow us to time out music, sound effects, all of those different things here. Now, in my class, we're actually doing a Foley project, and we're kind of removing all of the sound from this and recreating the soundtrack from scratch. So they're going to be getting rid of all this audio. I would recommend keeping it for the time being so that you have some kind of like scratch audio to work off of. So when we get rid of Nuketown here, we can go ahead and cue up all the sound effects of the nuclear holocaust happening and all of that good stuff. Now from here, it's GarageBand as usual, so I can add tracks on, drag them in, and definitely make use of the different loops that you have. In the loops, some of the recommendations that I have is if you have Soundtrack Pro at your disposal, which we happen to have, or iLife Sound Effects, which used to be one of the standard folders that you would get with GarageBand, either of those are very good for regular Foley. So if you look in there, you can see all kinds of different stuff that's actually put together here. We can go to the list of what's included in Soundtrack Pro, and we can go to different instruments, and we can see everything that's in here. Okay, Foley is one of the options, and then there are loads and loads and loads of sound effects that are in here. Okay, people walking, clothes rustling, you name it, it's all in here. So that's going to allow us to drag those things on here. There's explosions. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but the search feature is pretty powerful in here. It works pretty decently. If I go out and I go to just loops in general, it's going to include everything that I've got. Okay, everything that's in that list. So now if I go in and I type like explosion or explode, And let's go ahead and go back to this view, reset. Now, you can see we've just typing in an explosion here. I've got all these different things that are coming up here. So I've got this blast that I could drag in that would match up with this. I've got an explosion with glass and debris, all of those things, and then I can start mixing these together. Now, after I get things put together in here for my movie soundtrack, and I'm all reset on that, we're going to want to export it. So I'm going to close my preview window for now, and it shows up here too. So if you ever need to get back to the movie window, you can always click in here to bring it back. Sometimes it gets a little annoying to work around. I usually drag it off to the side here so it's out of the way, and I don't have to think about it. But you can always just close it. It goes up here. So this is a little bit different. Most everything that we've done so far, you have to go to the Share file menu, and that's where you would think you would go to export a movie soundtrack. That would make sense, but what we've got to do is we actually have to go to File. Now, in the File menu, there's a Movie option, okay, and it's going to allow you to export the audio to the movie. What that means is it's going to actually add any audio that you put in here, tracks, music, anything that you add, it's going to add that right into the movie. Now, once I get here, there are a few features that you're going to want to know about because they are preset to maybe defaults that you don't want. For instance, we downloaded this particular Fallout trailer at 1080p. The default here is SD at 480p, so we're going to want to switch that up to 1080p. And now I'm going to have the full quality that I had previously here. I do just what I normally do, and we call this a new soundtrack. Okay, and I put it on my desktop, and I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Now this is going to go ahead and mix down the audio just like it normally would, and it's going to go ahead and add that all back onto the movie. And obviously, I didn't add any on, but you get the idea. Now, on my desktop here, I should have the new soundtrack M4V, and that's right here. So that's just an efficient way of bringing in some movie, dropping it into the movie track, creating your own soundtrack to it, and then exporting it with. And it's a great way to line up all of the action and time it out and have lots of editability, if that's even a word, but to have that option to edit the tracks in here. And it's just a nice little feature in GarageBand that not a lot of people know about. So, this has been another episode of Red Hawk Media. Thanks for joining us. Bye.